What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Justin Lee, realtor here in the San Francisco Bay Area, helping hundreds of people with their real estate needs. And in this video, we'll be covering how to prepare to buy your first home in 3 months. And 3 months is usually a pretty good time to prepare because you don't want to prepare too soon because things change and change fast. Next thing you know, home prices are extremely high and you can't even afford one. So 3 months is a good time to prepare, and in this video I'll cover a step-by-step guide on how to buy your first home in 3 months. What to do before you go looking for your first home. So if you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below and consider sharing this video with somebody that you think might be interested and might find value from this video. So that's it, let's go. Preparing to buy your first home in 3 months. Firstly, you want to assess your financial situation. Make sure you can actually afford a home. Last thing you want to do is, let's say, look at $1 million home and you can't even purchase a $1 million home. So first thing you want to do is check your credit score. Make sure it's about 620 or higher. If it's 700, even better. The lower your credit score, the higher the interest rate will be on your loan. And of course, the higher the credit score means the lower and the best interest rate you will be getting. Next thing is evaluate your savings. Make sure you have a certain amount of down payment saved up. Usually it's between 3 to 20% down payment. If you really want to buy a home, you can put 3% down, but your monthly, just keep in mind, will be higher than if you were to put 20% down. And of course, you have to consider the closing cost, which is around 2 to 5% of the loan amount. And also, you gotta keep in mind of the moving expenses that could cost north a couple $1,000s, depending on how much stuff you're gonna move and how far you have to drive. So just keep that in mind. And finally, you want to see how much you can afford. Can you afford a $1.5 million home, or can you only afford a $1 million home? And you can use free resources online, such as mortgage calculator, to see how much monthly you can actually afford based on your budget. And after you determine your budget and make sure you can actually afford a home, now you start looking for a realtor like myself, and that's where I come in to help you out. We have a team of resources that can help you find the perfect home for you. This is our country office. This is our moving truck. Like I mentioned earlier, moving can be a little bit expensive. So if you want moving truck, full white glove service, this is the go-to team to choose if you're thinking about buying first home. So this is a moving truck here. This is our team in Daly City. And this is when we first open our office. We just help a client move out of California to Colorado. So you're looking to relocate, we can help with that as well. So next up, we want to get you pre-approved, because last thing you want is to look at a bunch of homes and not be able to submit an offer if you find one that you like. Because pre-approval, because when you submit your offer, most of the time, if not all the time, you have to send in pre-approval. And this is basically to show the seller that you're interested, first and foremost. You're ready to buy. That means you could actually afford the home. Okay? And you want to make sure to get this before you actually start looking at homes, and that is where I come in to help you and guide you through this step. Now, you can shop around for different lenders. You can go to Chase, you can go to Bank of America, but usually what I recommend, and for most home buyers who are new, they just want everything to be handled by the agent, and I can recommend a couple lenders for you. We have a team of lenders that'd be best suited for the situation, and then from there you can get pre-approval within a few hours. So get that first, and then to get those, you need a few documents, and those documents include W-2 forms, tax returns, usually last 2 years of tax returns, and then of course bank statements to show that you have the funds to purchase the home. And then once you get pre-approved, is the next step is research the market. So this is where I come in as well to help you find a location that's best suited for your budget and your needs. And most people know where they want to live because of the work and the family and friends. So let's say they're already working in this area. Most of the time they want to buy a property within that area, or at least close to that area, so commute isn't that bad. As you all know, Bay Area commute is very, very bad, especially if you live, let's say, just an hour away. But with traffic, you can expect north of 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours sometimes. Step one, you want to find a location, good commute, good school districts, amenities, and safety. That's the priorities for most buyers out there. And of course, once you get that situated, now you know where you want to live. Now you're thinking, okay, what kind of home do I want to purchase? Now this is where the wish list comes in. There's a couple things that I want to discuss here. You want to make sure to write down what exactly is a must for you when you buy a home. I mean, is it a swimming pool? Is it new installation? Is it a nice driveway? A new concrete driveway? Is it a nice big backyard? Is it a big lot size? Is it a lot of square footage? These are things to keep in mind when you're looking to buy a home. How big of a house do you want? Do you want a big house to live in, a 2-story house, 1-story house? These are things to write down. And of course, there are non-negotiables, and these are things you're supposed to write down, but there are also negotiables, things, let's say new insulation. Okay, you can get that after you purchase a property, because most of the time when they sell a property, there isn't going to be new insulation done, there isn't going to be new flooring done. Most people that sell their home, just little paint work, make it look pretty, and that's it. They don't go through a gut renovation and put a new electrical system, new plumbing, etc. These are things you can do after you purchase a property, but the non-negotiables would be maybe a swimming pool, because it's very expensive to put a swimming pool in. So if you're definitely looking for a swimming pool, I would put that as one of your must-haves. Let's say you want a 2,000 square foot home. It's much easier to buy a 2,000 square foot home than buy a 1,000 square foot home and add on to that later on, because you got to apply for permits and it could be extremely costly. Okay, so once you have those down, the wish list down, is the next step is, of course, planning for the additional cost that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, closing costs, and secondly is property taxes. Closing costs, like I mentioned, 2 to 5% of the loan amount. Sorry, that's the loan amount. Property tax is usually around 1.1 of the purchase price. So let's say you buy $1 million home, your property tax is about $11,000 a year, okay? And if you buy $2 million homes, you're now $20-something thousand a year. So that is another expense on top of your monthly mortgage that you have to pay if you are buying your home. So just keep that in mind, because these are costs that people don't really look at when they first buy a home. They just look at the list price and what they can get it for. They don't look at the maintenance costs, the property taxes. Sometimes they don't look at the closing costs. So that is why I like to point out that there are certain costs associated with purchasing property, and these are a couple of them. And lastly is time to look at homes. All right, now that I know what you're looking for, what your budget is, where the house is going to be, now I can send you a few homes for you to look at and see, hey, do you want to tour this property or not? And then if you find something, a lot of my clients do like to find their own property and send it to me. Whichever it is, if you like to look at homes yourself, then send it to me and I'll reach out to a listing agent and we can go take a look at the property. If you want me to send you homes, I have a couple, and then I have maybe some of my agents have some homes that you can probably take a look at that match your criteria. Whichever will work things out. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to comment down below and give a thumbs up as well. It does help us out tremendously. If you found this video extremely helpful and you think somebody else might benefit from it, make sure to send it to your friend or family that could benefit from it. And once again, my information is down below. Just give me a call if you have any questions about real estate. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.